What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity broadcasting live. I'm doing a video just honestly feeling some deep vibes. Yes, of course, I'm inside my room at night. Who knows? I may go out to like a nature space, possibly. I don't know. Anyways, the message I'm leaving is just like, yo, it's just like this. There's gotta be an end to all this toxic negative energy inside the world, to be honest, because for me already to have gone through stuff and then still to see and feel and sense out continuous baggy, heavy, extremely negative toxic energy, fearful energy is amongst us. To be honest, I even have neighbors right now within the last 30 minutes or an hour extremely loud, you know, late night type stuff, probably a lot of alcohol going on. And hey, they're free to do that. I don't hear the noise anymore. I'm just saying their entrances and exits and whatever they're doing was very loud. These neighbors don't even talk at all. Whenever, it's like there's some neighbors who I've connected with and I've talked with and we've actually had a cool conversation, longer than just 5 seconds. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm great. Bye. I'm talking about longer than that. I'm talking about for real minutes, and like I just let go because I know not to stress myself out. And at the same time, I realize, we don't control anybody, to be honest. And, you know, I'm just ready for a big change, honestly, in my life because I felt so extremely understood, and I've been through so much in my entire life, and yet I still don't feel fulfilled. I still don't feel I've, made it to a really great level in life, you know, a really new level of stability, no matter what I'm doing. All of this entrepreneurial endeavors, spreading the word, saying what I'm about. It's been very hard and difficult to be honest because there's so many different little tiny money, problems that require money for a car, for this, for that. And no one is ever to be found is the point I'm making. And it's just like sometimes I almost lose hope for this whole world. I'm just keeping it 100% true because to be honest, man, just like this encounter with the neighbors and stuff, I'm no saint. To be honest, I've been extremely loud up in here dealing with a toxic relationship. So I'm the one that's holding it down. I'm the peace cultivator. I'm I'm the head honcho. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's why I'm glad learned to stop judging myself because I realized what unconditional love is. I'm realizing that. That's what true love is unconditional. And the point I'm making is just that, you know, at the same time, we got to cooperate with each other. You know, instead of me, instead of this extreme contrast where I make, you know, I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? I don't indulge in any of that stuff at all. But I already know these people that's making this loud noise, these neighbors, whatever, they are drunk, drinking, whatever, and whatever. Freedom is their birthright. They can invest in that. That's why someone asked me, they're like, wow, asking about my investments on herbal wellness, vegan life, plant life, nature, all that stuff. And they were like analyzing it, you know, and like I'm saying people do that in general. And like they asked me that, and I was able to speak true about how I am. And I'm like, yo, if someone wants to choose to buy $10 a day on some cigarettes or a chicken box, or some alcohol or whatever, why not? Like, why is I'm able to, you know, invest in my health, you know? And it's honestly the same thing. It's just different outputs, different results, to be real with you. And I guess that's why I'm realizing I'm really in an amazing, powerful position of realizing this deep truth of the contrast, of cultivating the peace, of keeping our cool, for real. And the point I'm making is it's just like I'm able to work together with whatever. It's just for me, financially, it's just always been a hassle, a struggle. I've always been taken care of. And at the same time, like, you know, I'm ready to thrive and shine, honestly. And in just a world that I just flow well, in a world that's designed for me, because there's no fitting in here for me. There's some connections here and there. It's great. I'm just saying, like, this concrete jungle, this matrix, whatever. I'm gonna have to need to move, to be honest, because I know what have felt in my heart, love or whatever, and I'm supposed to be feeling that all the time, you know, from my own self and the experience sharing that, and like sometimes there'd be some crazy or there'd be some wild matrix scenarios, just all these different blocks and everything, and in actuality, life is so simple. We're not even supposed to be thinking a whole lot like that. Like, that's why they say people sell their soul, because they'll have realized that they went their whole life just like working and not really enjoying their life, is the point I'm making, truly, you know? And I've just been coming up with this whole thing, this whole new flow, and I actually feel a whole lot more healthier, and I am healthier because my voice is living proof of it, everything. And like, to be honest, me and my bros, we don't have nothing, you know? Yeah, we have some, we have, opportunities, this and that. It's just like there'll be many times we do have lows, and like where, you know, we have so much talent and potential, this and that, and at the same time we're not controlling whether people want to invest in us or not. And sometimes it is hard. Honestly, there have been very lonely, cold nights, with no food, empty stomachs, you know, no money, you know, nobody understanding you, like a whole lot, no love, so-called, you know, heart, just an achy heart, if you will. And like, I've related with that with my bros, to be honest. I've been seeing them in a little bit. I actually recently had to share with them. I was like, yo, um, I don't feel like talking, because it was like, to be honest, I was kind of stressed out because I was getting tired of this matrix, having to work and work and work and work and work and work, just to keep going around in circles, you know, and just keep trying to squeeze my foot in, but just still ain't, this world still, you know, don't listen. This world don't listen. And it's sometimes very frustrating because it's like part of me is like, oh, I see people want you to feed into certain stuff, a mentality of destruction to get something quick and fast, revengeful. And at the same time, another voice is like, what about patience? What about listening to yourself about what's the best, next wisest choice with the information you have based on what's smart for you to move forward peacefully. And that's why honestly these videos help out because it's like cool. Okay, if I want to write some books, guess what? I'm gonna need time. I'm gonna need a place to stay. I'm gonna need rent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that's the point I'm making. People are here to do different things. I can write books. I can create, clothing lines. I can do all this stuff. I can create compounds, wellness supplements, help run a restaurant, with different juices, food, meals, stuff like that. I can do all this stuff. And yet, like, what's the holdup? People are under mind control, overthinking way too much about stuff, is my point. Literally, I could have a son or a child right here, right now. But guess what? Ain't nobody will believe it until they actually saw it. And then it will already have been too late for y'all to have realized that we were trying to ask y'all for help this whole time with money, with financial support, for this whole thing. That's why all this foolish stuff y'all see on the news is like wild. Y'all feed into fear is the point I'm making. Buzzing around, rushing around, only worried about yourself. But then when genuine people reach out, y'all don't want to listen. Y'all want to bombard us with just corporate crap but not talk to us in real life on some real stuff, on some deep stuff. Because it's funny, I actually got hit today. Someone hit my car from the back while I was driving, and they helped repair some of it. And there's also some other stuff that needs to get fixed. And we actually had genuine flow, genuine conversation, for a little bit. Obviously, it wasn't all the way turned up, but it was a pretty cool conversation. We had some genuine smiles and laughs, and it was cool. It worked out. We handled it. That's the point I'm making. And like, you know, it's just a connection. I'm not here to be taken like a fool, you know. I'm not here to be criticized or analyzed. That doesn't write me a check at all. I do the work, I get it done. It's just a trust. That's the point I'm making. It's just a trust. You're supposed to let the bird be free. For real. When somebody is standing for something, they don't want to be forced to work in a job that they hate just so they can so called save up, 40 years or whatever. That's insanity. They're selling their soul, not happy at all to get to late age to be set back. They may have money, but they set back with their own well being and everything, fulfillment, because they weren't free. So the point I'm making is like, yo, many times you be like, is anybody out there? That's why it's like many times I'll be feeling like giving up. But they say, oh, when you want to give up, that's when the miracle happens. That's the only reason why I keep pushing forward. Because I done been through so much in my entire life. And it's just like this world will continuously say, oh, it's never good enough. It's never good enough. You starve yourself for a whole year and you ain't nothing but skin and bones. Guess what? It's not good enough. You eat the whole restaurant and you get super big and bulky. Oh, it's never good enough. You pour your heart out to a special someone. You drive them all the way 8 hours just to see them for only a few minutes and they leave you, it's just not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this whole planet has come to. And it's honestly ridiculous because people are like going through some for real stuff. And that's when you got to get in check because it's like it turns into a point where it's like, yo, it's not even funny no more. People is actually going through stuff too. And you got to empathize and at least listen for once instead of just overlooking and saying, "Oh, ha 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 ha," y'all, you're on your own type stuff. No, people can ask for help, especially when they have worthiness within them, like I do. I'm worthy of the best. I'm worthy for it to come to me for once because it's like I'm always having to play Tom and Jerry in this world for love life, for business opportunities, for friends, for all this stuff. And it gets so annoying. That's why I even became confident with me saying I'm an architect, just like a dispatcher, honestly. Because I be so when I'm in my own world in my own zone, I see the rest of the world just be buzzing around, racing, rushing, causing more chaos and trauma and stress than what people think that us spiritual people are. Because they just see stuff on paper and they assume stuff. Or they just look at people trying to criticize, trying to change, trying to judge, this and that. Let us be free. I'm already free. And nobody will stop that. Nobody will control that either.